So now it's quickly to show you how to do the intonation. So you got to watch the tuner for this one. So the top one now is D, and basically what you're after is you want to ring a perfect D on open, harmonic, and pushing down on the 12th fret. Right? And if it goes high on the 12th fret, then you need to lengthen the string length a bit, and you do that by these little knobs in here, and so you loosen it and then you pull it back a bit. If it's sharp, it's the other way. I mean, if it's sharp, it's down. If it's otherwise, up. So unfortunately, with a Floyd Rose, you have no choice, but if one is wrong, you got to loosen that whole string, because otherwise you can't move this forward and back. It's not like one of those adjustable things while the string is in. You actually, because it locks in place. So you got to loosen the thing, loosen the string, loosen the thing, so that you can move it backwards and forwards, and then go on with that. So I did D. Right. D is on, harmonic. It's not bad. A little bit sharp, but it's not bad at all. So theoretically what we need to do is loosen it again, loosen the nut, and see if we can get this better. So nut's loosened. You're going to have to use some force to push this back where you think it's the right setting. So you have to play around with this a bit and then tune it back up. Okay, harmonic. Get it right in there. There you go, perfect. So, and you got to do that for every single goddamn string. Haha. So anyway, so that's why it is important that all your little things work in your Floyd Rose, because literally you are actually using all of them. What happens now is that once we're actually happily in tune and intonated and all that, the lock nuts go on, they get tightened, and then it'll go slightly sharp, and then we'll most likely have to make a slight adjustment on these, and we'll be perfectly in tune. The conclusion, I think we are there. So everything's set, intonation is set. It's set down to drop D, standard tuning drop D. Everything's cleaned up, frets are lovely, thing is working. Now all that needs left to be done is to put the little lock nuts on. And once we do that, chances are we're going to have a slight imbalance. Because what these do is they obviously push down on the strings, and it just ever so slightly changes the tuning. But that is exactly why you've got the fine tuners at the back of the Floyd Rose system. Now, one thing I would like to mention about Floyd Rose systems in general, unless you pay like that 200 quid for those titanium ones, The screws, everything about it goes. Look after, don't over tighten things, because you easily strip soft crappy stuff, this I swear, unless you get really high quality tremolo system. Especially the hexagonal back pieces where the Allen key goes, they tend to strip out very easily, especially if you try to always to over tighten it. So now that we've done that, those are locked in place, and now what we can do is use the, actually this is still perfectly in tune. Yeah, absolutely. This one is a bit flat. This one's a bit sharp. And obviously once you toggle some of those, you might have to toggle some of the others again too. Now remember that when you are toggling the fine tuner, you are going to be pushing pressure on the floating system. So if you twist it, make sure you don't put pressure on it, because otherwise you're actually tuning. When you put pressure on it, you change the dynamic of the string. So don't push up and down, and always check the string once your hand is off it. Let's check intonation. Fucking perfect. Nice. One perfectly set up guitar. We can now cut off these guys because we don't need them. Really don't want them. Cut these guys off quite close if you want. And then I'll show you what faking guitar sounds like. Thank you very much. Till next time.